Today we have Aaron and Bryan from Red Fang.
Nice work.
That's us.
Yes?
That is us.
All right.
Key name remember.
He's sharp.
Oh yeah, I have to have one of us.
I'm not, not drinking or anything, so it works.
So continue. I'm sorry. What's your question?
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut this and re-edit.
Of course.
That's the beauty of editing.
Yep.
So you guys have been on tour with some of the major festivals this year. You're kind of in a genre what's known as stoner rock.
Some people call it that, yeah.
People do say that, yeah.
How do you feel
Not
about?
the first time I've heard that.
How do you feel about that genre? What would you call yourself?
I think that genre is lovely. Whatever we're talking about.
And the other non-genre. I just like, the stoner mentality in general.
I like casserole in general.
Mm-hmm.
I like stoner rock in general.
I feel you. Do you guys like being labeled in that?
I don't like it or dislike it. I'm kind of neutral on it because I feel like it's a thing that it's a lot of people. I remember having a pretty strong need to be able to categorize things to have them make sense and some sort of have them fit into a framework and like, well, what kind of music is it? And now that I'm older, I don't really care about that.
Right.
Like, I'll say rock, metal, hip hop. That's kind of that's fine.
And it's true. And it's
enough.
Yeah, like when I pack my amp and my guitar into like a a lift or a cab or whatever on the way to the airport, and they're like, "Oh, you play music?" Oh, yeah. What kind of music you play? And I say, "Oh, we play hard rock music," which is pretty accurate but very vague, and I don't think it satisfies people.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
so.
I
I would say, as much as I don't think we fit into stoner rock of what I think that is, it is helpful for them. If I say that, I don't have to talk about it.
Yeah.
So it's helpful for people in media because it's way faster to say stoner rock than it is to say, well, they're they're kind of like this band.
Well, they have
band,
some things kind of sound like doom, but then they're also kind of poppy sometimes, and they're like, well, I don't know. Yeah, it's just easier to say stoner rock.
Right.
No one wants to hear anyone him and haw. They just say stoner rock.
Yeah.
Like, all right, done, cut, print.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like
podcast.
the first couple kinds of bands I initially heard like that were like bands you're playing with on tour right now. Like Clutch was one of the first kind of like stoner rock or stoner metal bands, and I think The Sword also came out and was doing that. When you guys initially started back, I remember when you guys first came out in the early 2000s. I started a band around that same time too, and we all did that. When you originally started, how has your sound grown from what it was then, obviously, to what it is now?
Mainly just, I feel like through the things that we listen to, so it's as the whole musical world evolves, we evolve along with it, and I also think that there's a lot of stuff that, there's lots of ideas that we've had since the beginning that maybe didn't get incorporated in the beginning, and now like, oh, I have always liked this band or this style of music, and I just came up with a riff that kind of sounds like that, so let's work on that one now. And so I don't know if it's even an evolution as much as it is just a continuation.
Okay.
I would say, as far as our first record goes, I think that it was very immediate. Like, oh, we got to hit it, quit it, and like there's no time to pause. Like there was no commas in any of our songs, and we've started. It was like, and now I think that we're older and maybe less testosterone. And we're like, hey man, So I think we allow ourselves to do some kind of like, let's chill out for a second, and so that's nice.
Yeah, I will say because
first EP, because the second EP already had like Humans was on the second EP.
That's true. But that first EP was just all punk rock, like.
I
whatever,
did remember
8
it
billion
being
BPMs.
more kind of like, because I was in a hardcore band at the time, so I remember it being more punk rockish, I guess you could call it, than what it was like what you are now today.
Yeah.
So
now we're lazier.
It happens.
Yeah,
we all get older.
We all get older. Lazy. That's.
No, we just I think less testosterone makes sense. We're just like way better for the ladies.
I need to go to the doctor and see about that.
Is that
low T?
The last couple albums you guys have been on the Billboard charts, the 200.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so the ladies picking them up. Is that what you're saying? Ladies rock.
That's why it's all ladies. No, I don't know.
It's just crazy. It's a sea of women out there.
The shows are amazing.
Well, we do actually have. It's true that in the beginning there was probably like one woman to every 50 dudes, and now it's probably more like 1 to 10 or something, or 1 to 5.
The crowd today was relatively large in general, but we saw a couple of ladies just rocking out by themselves.
Well, the nice thing is that for festivals, that's one of the big attractions for me. It's like, but let's just try our music on a wide variety of people. A lot of them have never heard us, and it's like, let's try it and see what happens. And I'd like to think that there's one or two songs that we play that appeal to somebody who hates the whole set, but there's one song that everyone's like, some new person who's never heard is like, oh, I get it, and so it's fun.
That leads me to my next question. I was going to ask you, because the heavy rock festival really hasn't been super predominant in America until the last couple of years, but like Europe has had like Download Festival and all those other kind of like Rock AM and all that stuff.
Yeah, tons.
Do you guys enjoy the festival type show, or do you like whether you're in the club with your regular tour like you're on now with Clutch and everybody?
I enjoy it. I mean, I wouldn't say that I necessarily prefer either one. There is something that's sort of like more about the smaller clubs, or that's what I think we're about.
Yeah.
And the other thing too with a small club is that it's, especially if it's like our show, we're headlining and it's a smaller club, but it's like the people that are there it feels more family style to me. It's like these people actually know
they're for you
these songs, and they're here for us, and I'm not, and that is neither here nor there, except that it's like it's our community, and it's much smaller and maybe not as lucrative, whatever. I don't care. It's like I have a family. We have a family. We've created a small family. And that's great.
Do you like meeting new people, or do you like hanging out with your old friends?
Yeah, it's a give or take.
There you go. That's excellent. Yeah.
But I do think, like you said earlier with the festival, like you get to try out your music to a vast audience that normally wouldn't really possibly check you guys out in general. So it's always
good to have a combination.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that somebody,
so they can make new old
half
friends.
mile away is going to hear one of our songs and drop their hot dog on a stick. Like, yeah.
Like, damn it, that was $11.
Right. I want to ruin someone's $11 hot dog on a stick.
So the last album you guys had was 2016. I'm assuming
Sorry,
you guys
we're slacking.
No, I'm assuming you guys are working on new material.
We are.
Okay.
So do we have a tentative?
No.
Anything?
Just working on it.
No, we haven't had a chance to right now, I feel like I'm being crushed under an avalanche of riffs. There's so many riffs coming out from all sides. Every time I pick up the bass, I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. That goes with this thing, and then we haven't been able to like coalesce things into songs.
They're starting to gel though.
They're starting to gel, but we're still like quite a ways away from being able to like say, okay, we're gonna have enough songs to record at around this time. We can't even estimate that.
But I will say that I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, me too.
I'm
super stoked on all the riffs. They're just not songs.
So we're like, let's get together to jam. I'm like, hell yeah! And because I'll come up with some crap, and I'm like, all right, check this out, and it's super fun. Whether it becomes a song or not, I don't care. It's just really fun, the process.
So is the recording process or songwriting process you're going through currently, is that different than what you guys originally had before, and just something you guys learned over time with each other?
It's the same basic idea. I mean, it always feels different every time. Like every time one album is done and the next one starts, it feels a little different each time. But the process is the same. Yeah. I mean,
we're a riff-based band.
Yeah,
we continue to crank the riff.
It's almost always like one of us will. It's almost always one of us will come in with two riffs that go together, and then we fuck around with it until maybe a third one happens, or the first one totally changes, and then eventually a song happens from just jamming it together.
So we do the new old school theme kind of because like we're both like mid-30 dudes, and we think we were cool back in the day, so we're new old school.
I bet you were.
Yeah,
we were definitely super cool.
I mean, compared to now, I bet you were.
Yeah. I was a big Limp Bizkit fan then, so I've really undergone some kind of negative transformation.
LB is what we used to call it.
I mean, they're from here. I mean, what can you say?
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're
Jacksonville?
from Jacksonville. Yeah.
Okay.
However, I just lost my thought. Oh, okay.
Does anybody call it J-O-ville?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I don't know, Jacksonville.
Oh, no. Actually, we call it
Limp Bizkit is about, like, jerking off onto a biscuit, right?
Something.
Like, it's that circle jerk thing. This is the story.
Right. We've all heard it.
Yeah. I'd heard about it before the band even started.
Soggy Biscuit, Limp Bizkit.
Wait a minute. Before the band started, that was a concept?
Yeah. They named it after
Heavens.
They named it after the thing that was like, it's like Dirty Sanchez came out, and then there was like no bands called Dirty Sanchez because they were too smart to do that. But
all right, I'm just gonna say to Limp Bizkit, gross. If that's what it's about, that's gross.
Shame on you.
Well, not shame on you, but come on, that's gross.
Yeah, it works. A lot of people still don't know what it is. So.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're talking about it. Damn it.
So educating the world.
Yeah.
What are some of your most memorable older memories that you would have that's carried with you as a band, and what are some of like your newest
Experiences.
favorites? Yeah.
I can't remember any of my old memories. No, I'm kidding.
Stoner rock.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm having it. For whatever reason right now, it's flashing into my mind that one of the very first shows that we played at, maybe it's because we're doing an interview. One of the very first shows we played in San Francisco at a place called the Parkside, which is an awesome venue. I think it was maybe it was the second time we played there. And we learned that there was a backstage. We're like, whoa, what the fuck? There's a place you can go that's not just hanging out in the bar.
It's got a mop bucket and a cooler. Yes.
And I think that Chris was the one who maybe knew somebody, that there was like somebody who wanted to interview us at the show. And I was like, somebody wants to. I was like, what the? I was just blown away that somebody. I remember we'd all been talking about like Soundgarden earlier, and then suddenly there was like somebody wanted to. I don't know. That was just popped into my mind for some reason. That early shit. And another one is one that David. Well, and I also remember like laying in the back of that first van that we had, the Brown Star, and listening to Yob driving through the desert like totally baked, and that just being like, this is the life right now. This is awesome.
Can't get any better than this.
Yeah. Do you have any recent memories?
Recent memories?
Yeah. From earlier today. Anything that stands out that you think will be a memory 10 years from now, like a holy shit moment.
You never know. This interview may bring this interview.
Oh, this might be it.
Yeah.
This is the moment.
When you learned about what a Limp Bizkit is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corn on the cob baseball.
Best acts that you've played with, and I dare ask the worst that you've played with in your career.
Best acts that we've performed with.
Yeah. Like toured with or played with on stage or whatnot.
I don't know. There's so many. We played with so many good bands. There's been, it's crazy. Like Big Business, I fucking love.
Federation X.
Federation X.
Mastodon.
They're bringing it back.
Helmsley. Sandrider. Yob. Playing with Yob is not a good idea, by the way. If we played
They
after,
kick your ass.
Yeah.
It sucks.
They're one of my favorite bands ever.
So we got to follow this?
Well, they're hard to find because they don't ever tour.
They're touring again. But yeah, it was that's a bad idea playing after them. Oof. They're awesome. I love that.
They are
band.
terrific.
But
Worse?
no, there's no.
No, I feel you.
we're not gonna go
I
there.
had to ask you.
Because I mean that's fine if someone calls us out as the worst act
That's
that they ever
fine.
toured with,
Right.
but that's
I will.
fine.
I
But
will.
I'm not gonna
I
do
get
it.
you.
Don't mix the pot.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to most in your like upcoming career? As far as like, I don't think you guys have any steam of stopping. So, is it something you look to keep doing?
Yeah. Odorless farts.
Yeah.
That's what I most look forward to. Yeah.
I'm interested
And
in this.
inside the intestinal tract, fart deodorizer. Like maybe a pill you can swallow.
Well, we've talked about that.
They have a pill you can swallow to
Yeah,
monitor your
bullshit.
gas.
No,
to monitor
it's
your
not
gas.
real.
Yeah.
Well, like Beano?
Yeah.
No, to monitor them. He's talking about
It
The
monitors.
robot.
Yeah, no, it monitors. the
Yeah, I
gas.
bought that for like 1 minute. And I was like, yeah, no.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just same thing. Just keep making music that we feel is good for us, and hopefully other people will still like it.
Well, awesome.
And also,
like
we
it.
have a new booking agent, and he's got crazy ideas, and I am not saying no to this man. He's had some crazy ideas, and like, that's insane. I'm in.
That is
good.
actually,
Some of them
so,
have not worked out.
Well, the one that actually he wasn't his idea, but maybe he would help us with it. Is I would love to do a tour with Run the Jewels.
Oh, that would be amazing.
He's a big, huge Run the Jewels fan.
Yeah.
I got a big patch on my backpack. So.
Nice.
Yeah,
I saw them in
they
Atlanta.
crush. Yeah.
They're
I've
great.
never seen. Still haven't been able to see him. And I also really like that band Sleaford Mods. I don't know if you know those guys. They're
I'm not
English.
not
Like it's
familiar.
some punk dudes who now do sort of more hip hop something. But that'd be pretty rad. But yeah, Run the Jewels would be pretty great.
Is hip hop an influence for you in general, or the band in general?
I
or?
love it, but I don't know how it would ever apply to. Well, that's not entirely true. The only way that influences me musically is that I started trying to do a lot more like internal rhymes after listening to just lyricists. But
Well, Run the Jewels specifically for me, I haven't listened to them a bunch. I'm not saying I'm a aficionado, but their diction and their rhyming patterns are so unpredictable and so fresh for me. I'm like, no. And it's not like I'm not gonna steal from them because I seriously couldn't. But it's just that there's ideas that outside of my.
But yeah, there's something about that rhythmic thing, that the idea of breaking up the rhythm in different ways, but having it still flow and have it
Right.
like carry forward that same sort of like the pulse is that's an inspiring thing.
Yeah.
Start doing that.
That was a left field. The whole Run the Jewels thing was left field, so I just had
Didn't
to kind of
expect
ask.
it.
Yeah, I kind of ask because we're hard rock, heavy metal, hardcore, and hip hop is basically our like our thing. So, do you have anything else before we let cut these guys loose?
No, I mean, you guys look forward to the. You've been to Australia before. I know you're.
This will be our third trip.
third trip.
Yeah.
Well,
Third time's a charm.
do you have a favorite place that you've toured beforehand?
Earth.
The entire thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Been around the world.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess that's it for the interview.